Hi everybody, hope you're all having a wonderful day. My name's Kristen and this is the Dahlia Society, where I hope to inspire you all to create your own wardrobe through the love of sewing. I like to show you things that I've made, fabrics that I have in my online store, and new patterns that are released. The Sew Wrap Challenge, of course, was ending today, so there's so many amazing entries, and Gabrielle and I will be endeavouring to go through and pick some amazing winners. It's going to be very, very tough. Today I've got on my Zadie jumpsuit, which is a fantastic wraparound jumpsuit pattern, and I do admit I'm not a huge fan of jumpsuits. I find them very impractical, but this has to be one of the easiest, most comfortable, basically like wearing day pajamas, and they are really easy to get on and off. You know, of course they're inconvenient when going to the loo and that kind of thing, but really it's just a little sash that you tie around. Sometimes if it's really, really hot and humid, mozzies are everywhere here, and you feel like wearing pants, this is a great pattern that you can do that, feel comfortable and cool. And I've made this in a Liberty Tana lawn that's probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I bought this fabric and I've worn these to death, so it's made me realize how much I need to make another one of these Paper Theory Zadie jumpsuits because they're so comfortable. And I need to show you all my beautiful new vase that I picked up. This is my Carmen Miranda vase. This is what I'm calling it. Of course, it's from Adairs. Now, Adairs is a beautiful homeware store that has lovely bedspreads, coverlets, sheets. They also have great home decor and prints. And I picked this up and I just thought it would be beautiful to put my latest blooms, my hydrangeas, some sweet peas in, and a beautiful rose there. But I actually bought my daughter Phoebe one for her birthday, and she had the green headscarf, and I picked this one up for myself. So very excited to get her with some flowers in her to sort of jazz her up a bit, but really love this vase, and I really love Adairs. It's one of my favourite stores. So let's get talking about what I've made for October and November, because I haven't had one of these videos out for such a long time. Before I get started on that though, a little bit of a boo-boo that I made in the last video, which was the unboxing of the Sugar Plum Fairy box. And I actually said to everyone that it's the 8th of December, the next box release. It's not. Take that off your calendar. It's Sunday the 11th. And I don't know where I got the 8th from. I think maybe there's an appointment I might have, maybe a hair appointment or something like that. I don't know why I had the 8th in my mind, but it's definitely not the 8th. It is the 11th, Sunday at 7 p.m. So make sure that you put that on your calendar to remind yourself. That'll be the New Year's Eve soiree box, and it's going to be a fabulous box with very limited numbers, so you must remember that date. I don't know why I didn't remember that, because that day is the day after we are seeing Billy Joel here in Melbourne. He's coming to Australia to do a one night only concert. We've got tickets, so we're staying in the city, so I'm really, really thrilled about going to see him on the Saturday night. So the Sunday night will be the release for that box, so I should have remembered that date, but of course lots going on here at the moment. Things are slipping my mind. And I've also got some brand new fabrics delivered in the store that I just can't wait to tell you about, as well as a really exciting little giveaway. I'm just trying to think whether maybe I should tell you guys. Maybe I'll tell you all now, actually. It's a really, really exciting little bundle giveaway because, you know, it's leading up to Christmas and I've got a few new things in the online store. I'll go through those when I show you my fabrics, but this giveaway is if you spend $200 or more in my online store, you will get a beautiful goodie bag, a Santa bespoke sewing bag, I'm calling it, full of sewing goodies and a few little delectable delights in there from, of course, Whisk and Pin. There's a little beverages as well as some fantastic sewing goodies, some beautiful Prym products, some buttons and some labels, some Christmassy labels, as well as a beautiful little postcard for your sewing desk or your sewing wall. So I'll put some pics up so you can see. And the major superstar of this little show bag, of course, is the Diva, the little koala, that is an exclusive decoration from a very favourite brand of mine called La La Land. And last year, I think a lot of you remember, I did an unboxing of all my new decorations and I bought a lot of La La Land products because I love them so much. So the koala, the Diva, is the shining star of this show bag. So if you love everything in there, the Prym products, the buttons and the Diva and the Whisk and Pin Snowy Road Bar, be sure to make sure you spend over $200. You'll get that all for free, and it's valued at over $50. So I think it's a marvelous present for yourself, maybe even for somebody else. And these are very limited numbers. I've only got a certain amount there, so once stocks are gone, I can't keep that going. So I really hope you all manage to pick up one for yourselves, and that will be just added to the cart. So as soon as you spend the $200, and that's before shipping, that little code will come up that'll take 1 cent off, and it'll say that you have basically got a freebie there to be added on. So yeah, you'll get that all sent out together. And I think the main thing is it'd be great for you guys to get these to hang that little decoration on the Christmas tree as well. So I've also got some amazing La La Land gorgeous sewing satchels. I've got them on the online store now. So if you're after a beautiful sewing gift, I'll actually have an episode out about sewing gifts. Before I get on to the makes as well, don't forget we're going to do the Vlogmas. That'll be unboxing the the beautiful advent calendars that you all got sent out. I'll be making sure I do that and giving you some inspo as well each time I unwrap my Prezi. It's so nice having a present to unwrap, I think. Yeah, especially for yourself. It's so nice to spoil yourself. So I will, maybe when I show you the new fabrics in the next episode, I'll show you the little show bag up close so you can see. But if you would love more details, I will link in the description box below the details about what you'll get in the show bag and what you need to do if you need to spend what amount. If it's over $200 before shipping, you will get that goodie bag for free. So over $50 in value. So I think you're going to love the little novelty items. But yeah, really excited to have a little bit of a special giveaway to reward my beautiful customers. And of course, I think after this weekend, the Cyber weekend, the Black Friday sales, if you're like me and you got bombarded with emails with some incredible sales, I must say, it was very, very tempting a lot of the time to not go and just pick one of everything out. But we did have a little bit of a clearance sale in the online store. I didn't do a huge sale. I think it can get a bit overwhelming, but it really is a fantastic time to pick up some great bargains if you're after even new patterns. There's so many amazing pattern companies with patterns, just such great value at the moment. So maybe best thing is to make a little bit of a list so you're not sort of impulse buying, which can be very hard. It can be very hard to control yourself. I'm going to get on with the makes, and these are things that I made within the month. And of course, there's some things here that I haven't shown you as yet because look, some of these things I was making for the hashtag challenge for So Wrapped. So this is going to be quite a big episode, but I need to tell you about the new things that I've made. And I actually made this beautiful closet core Veronic robe, and I must say I am so thrilled with it. It's inspired me to do an episode all about my favorite sleepwear patterns, or maybe some sleepwear inspo, but not just sleepwear. I'm talking loungewear. So of course here in Australia we're going to be on holiday for Christmas, for summer, and I want things I can lounge in, and I want to wear things like beautiful caftans. And I'm going for that whole Elizabeth Taylor vibe, walking around with a cocktail in the hand and a nice new robe to wear in my dreams. I always say that. People say you must love having a garden to relax in and sit and have a drink. If I just had the time or made the time for myself, I would enjoy it a lot more. But I'm either out here sort of pottering around working or sewing or packing beautiful orders for you guys. So I really need to make a bit of time to appreciate the lovely surroundings that we've got here. So this beautiful Veronic robe was a gorgeous closet core pattern. Of course, it comes in, you can either make it the duster length, as in like a little duster throw over jacket, which would be awesome as well to wear with a pair of jeans. And I've made the traditional wrap robe style. I've gone for a size 14 around the shoulder, and I've done the 16 around the middle, which is just superb fit. I've put the pockets on the front. I've just gone for the regular binding around the front. You can actually do the little notch cutout one, which is really pretty as well. But I've done this in the beautiful fabric that is in my online store, and it's called the Faraway Tree. And I think I showed you guys that fabric last week for the fabric release, the new fabric releases we had. And I was so thrilled with this fabric. The feel of it is just divine, floaty and soft and glorious, and the colors. And I just thought I need to make it something I'm going to wear every day because I love it so much. So I thought a robe would be just so floaty and perfect, and it definitely is something you can wear over a pair of jeans, take the tie off and wear it nice and long and loose over maybe a white tank top and some jeans. I think it would be just beautiful. I'll put some pics up so you can see how it turned out. What do you think? Isn't that fabric just glorious? So that fabric is definitely a winner for me. It is just one of my favorite standouts of this summer season. I love the really beautiful Tuscan sort of colors in the lemons and the chase lounge. I think is just beautiful. So I wanted to make sure whatever I made, I showed off the panel kind of the print without interrupting it. And I think a robe always does that really, really well. I think it would make an incredible dress as well. So I think you could just about do anything. It's got a lot of lovely drape and softness and floatiness. So that is my Veronica robe, and I will be wearing that right throughout summer. I'll be wearing that over my swimsuit, bathers, over a nightie, whatever I can wear it with. I will make sure I get the full advantage out of this glorious fabric. So that fabric is still in the online store, but I don't think it'll be hanging around too much longer because it's just so beautiful. The next thing I made was with some more fabric from my shop, because when this came in, this fabric, I grabbed the lilac budgie print, which of course was the Nerida Hansen, the Scenic Route vintage budgie print. I just swiped a bit for me because I knew that I was going to love this. I forgot to tell you guys too, I used the lemon label from Molly Molly, which is the Make Lemonade. Really pretty labels. Molly does some gorgeous little labels there, so I do have them in the store as well. This one was a Kyle in the Machine label from last year's Christmas Advent calendar. The party dress matched it really well. This pattern was one that I really thought I didn't need to make a toile. I've made these sewing revival patterns before in the past and had no issues with fit and with size. I've made the heron blouse about 1 million times, but I probably should have made a toile. I actually managed to fix it up with the fit. Now the beautiful new dovetail dress is a new release from the Sewing Revival. Has a really lovely godé style or pleat style at the front. You can actually choose the version that has a pleat at the front and at the back. And I was a little bit, it didn't have a huge amount of the fabric that I'd chosen. I think I took 2.5 meters and wanted to make it out of that. I ended up making the 14 in this version, but the bust was a tad tight across the front where that little pleat was, and because I didn't have a pleat at the back, I really wanted that nice shaping through the back, so I wanted to leave the pleat out. But the bust was a tad tight on me, and I just thought, when you know you should make a toile and you don't, and then you regret it later on and you think you just can't risk this type of beautiful fabric, because it is a fabric that is almost sold out. There's still a little bit left in the online store. But yeah, anyway, I managed to fix it with the pieces that I had left over. I made little godé style pieces under the arm, which is little triangular pieces that I added in just that little amount because I didn't want to unpick the seam at the back. I really like the fit of it. I like the fit everywhere. It was just that little section under the arms, and I managed to fix it up quite well, and I don't think it's too noticeable. But just be careful if you're making a dress like that with the pleat in the front. You've got to make sure that you allow not just the ease through the body, but make sure the bust ease is the amount that you need. And of course, into that too much, but yeah, I really love it. I love how it's got the facing on the inside for the V-neck. The V itself is a really lovely depth, lovely shape as well. But look at that beautiful budgie print, is just divine, and I'll be definitely wearing that throughout summer because it is a lovely light cool color. But the vintage print from the Scenic Route, of course, the Scenic Route fabric is just the most beautiful illustrated fabric. And I do have the vintage clay fabric, which has got the birds, and the Tea Party, the blue and the pink as well. So I think it would be beautiful in either of those fabrics too. The dovetail dress, definitely if you're making it, look at your size across the bust. And also if you're making it with the pleat through the back, you need a little bit excess fabric there, but really happy with it. And I know that there's been a couple people make this on Instagram, and it's turned out really beautiful as well. So a nice, cool, easy dress to wear throughout summer. guys will remember the beautiful Wanda top that I made, which is a dress that I made from Fibre Mood Patterns. Actually made it with this gorgeous Lise Taylor Birdie viscose, and I'm just so thrilled with how that came up. I love the sleeve length. It's beautiful and floaty. I made that kind of tunicky length. A really lovely squared neckline, gorgeous pleating through the front yoke, and a lovely, easy, cool top to wear if you love a nice blouse over a pair of jeans. But I am so thrilled with the quality of the Lise Taylor made in France fabric. It's just divine and can highly recommend it. I would definitely love to make one of these in a dress for summertime. I think it'd be a gorgeous style. And normally with square necks, I can find them, the sleeves, the shoulders will drop on and off. With this pattern, that didn't happen at all. I'm really, really thrilled with how it came up, as normally with Fibre Mood patterns, they're always really lovely on and a really nice, easy sew. Now you may remember this beauty. This is actually from Style Arc Patterns. This is the gorgeous Style Arc Millicent wrap dress, and I did do an episode on this when we first started the Sew Wrapped Challenge. Really, really pretty. Promise of pansy print, which of course there's still a little bit of that left in the online store. Look at the colours and how vibrant that is. This is a viscose linen blend. The pattern itself, I was really, really happy with this. I haven't had the chance to wear it out, but we haven't had much warm weather. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to, is wearing some of these beautiful dresses. This one, I popped a little press dot on the front, and it does have a bit of a sweary label. I'll cover that up. I am a something boss, but that's one of the labels from Molly labels that are in my online store. I think the fabric in this is really outstanding, and it's just such a lovely soft feeling viscose linen. I like that there's not too much gathering and bulk around the skirt. Really fantastic pattern. I love the gorgeous puff kind of lantern, almost 3D shape sleeves as well. So that one, I'm very, very happy with that dress. Finished off really nicely inside. The pattern came together really lovely, and there's also a sew along for the Millicent if you haven't made it. Style Art Patterns really have outdone themselves with their pattern instructions lately. Really tried to adapt them and make them a bit more user friendly, and I think that's really helping when you're a newbie sewist. This of course was the 14, 16, 14, which is my normal kind of grading in and out pattern, but love the Millicent wrap dress on. It's beautiful. Another little blouse, which was the pattern of the month in the box for October, which of course was Flora Australis. I made the Helen's Closet Gilbert top, which was very, very popular. A lot of you went on to purchase that pattern that you hadn't already. The gorgeous little tie front crop, kind of vintagey looking blouse with that camp style collar. Put some orangey colored buttons on there, and this is that beautiful Lily Parrot designed fabric with that gorgeous Australian floral print all over it. But a lot of you just fell in love with that fabric. I didn't have any more of it left in the online store, which normally I don't. I usually get enough just for the boxes. So yeah, if you're wanting something special, I always try and get something a bit more exclusive for the box. But yeah, a lot of you loved that print, and a lot of you went on to make that exact blouse, which was really, really lovely. So the good old Helen's Closet Gilbert is such a great staple for the wardrobe. Then we had the Pattern Emporium launch, which was the shirt dress, the Take the Chance dress. A lot of you loved that you've never made a shirt dress before, and you found that the beautiful gathering at the waist was so soft and lovely. I've done the button through for that, and a lot of you loved the snap buttons, which I do still have some in the online store as well. As this fabric, the Enchanted Season, there is a little bit of this left. It's a beautiful crepe, very vibrant, very pretty retro style print in a bottly green. But that shirt dress is such a winner. But also they've got a new pattern coming out this the 1st of December. It's going to be a really lovely shirt that you can also adapt to a shirt dress. So if you're loving the idea of the wovens for Pattern Emporium, which I personally am loving at the moment, don't forget to tune in to see that pattern release as well. So that was my Take the Chance dress, and I love how retro and beautiful it looks on. I'll put some really pretty little retro buttons on there as well that I found in a antique style store, and I love rummaging through the sewing section. Of course, the next thing I made, you'll remember, was the Pattern Scout poppy blouse that I extended into a dress, and I did wear that to my father-in-law's funeral, and I really love this dress. It's a burnout style print. It's got a lovely neck. It's like a peasanty style boho blouse, but I extended it into a dress, and it's really easy to do. I added some little ties on at the back here as well. Really love how that came up, and I'm not sure whether I'll be shortening that into a blouse or not. The next two things were things that I made for some staples for the wardrobe, because I realized when I was looking at things for the funeral, I didn't have enough basic black things in the wardrobe. So I decided to make, out of black viscose ponte that I did, well, just still do have in my online store. It's a really lovely soft quality viscose ponte. I decided to make the Zadie Mahalia skirt, which is just a really lovely simple A-line skirt with a nice flat elastic waistband. Really great style, just simple A-line skirt. And with that, I wanted a little V-neck top, but I wanted a swingy style kind of crop top with a little bit of a cap sleeve, but I didn't actually want it to be oversized or cropped. I wanted it in the middle. So what I did, I actually went back and looked through some patterns, and I found the True Bias Lodo dress. I actually decided to use the top of that and cut it off, but I actually used the bottom half of the top was the Hazelwood pattern from Zadie Patterns, which is a kind of a swingy cropped top that I really love the shape on. So I decided to kind of morph the two patterns together, and I'm really happy with how it's come up. I really like them together as a set to mix and match. I think that will be great as well with some high-waisted pleated style pants that I have in the wardrobe, and the skirt of course will just about go with everything. So it's a really nice set. And I did still have a little bit of that left. So what I did is I made the pattern Emporium cardigan back from May. It was released. The name has totally escaped me, but I'll put a pic up so I can remind you. That is the swingy style cardigan. There's no buttons, no closures. It's just a lovely long line kind of swingy style. It's fantastic. You can wear it with a belt, which is what I did back in those with the green, I think, leopard print one I had. And I just thought I'd make the cardigan to go in the wardrobe as well, as a kind of a dressier style thing to throw on over dresses. And the long line with the shaping through the middle is really elegant and lovely on as well. So there are a few things I made with some viscose ponte, and I think they're really practical and handy to have. I think everyone needs some good ponte basics. And we're nearly there. The last two things I made, I'm going to talk, firstly I'll talk about this Zoe dress, which is Sinclair Patterns dress that I made. It was a t-shirt style pattern dress with a lovely drawstring waist. I made it with the Stoff hummingbird print. Now that is still in the online store as well. Really lovely soft cotton jersey, very, very high quality. Definitely can recommend the Stoff jersey. Really love this dress. It's one that I've worn heaps already. I love it with little white sort of Converse trainers. I made it into a midi length. I extended the length because I don't really like knee length dresses on me. I prefer them just past the knee, so just mid calf. But I do love the little vent side splits on that, so I'll put some pics up to remind you of that. But really happy with how that came up, that dress. Very quick, easy make, but it just elevates it to make it into a t-shirt dress with that drawstring shaping around the waist. Really, really happy with the Zoe, and definitely can recommend a Sinclair Patterns for all of their great t-shirts and dresses. And of course, the pièce de résistance would have to be my beautiful cashmerette rose clear dress. Now this, I had so many of you lovely people make comments on how much you love my mix and match print inspiration. Of course, I looked on Pinterest, got heaps of inspo on there. If you just look up print mix and matching print dresses, maybe patchwork dresses, you'll get heaps of inspo, but I've also made a little board up on my Pinterest board that you can go and have a look as well. This was made from that really stunning Madame Iris viscose, which is the most soft drapey viscose you'll ever lay your hands on. This blue, the Berthiel is actually sold out in the store, but the Landry and the Vivian I think is left. There's a couple other designs left as well, but was so happy with the rose clear. I would definitely highly recommend it. Of course, cashmerette patterns always have such great drafting, great shaping. Did some grading, of course. I went for the 14 up top, 16 in the middle and 14 in the skirt, and I made mine more of a midi length, so I shortened each tier. So you can do that, but I have also seen some beautiful versions with the one tier just lengthened and then put the ruffle on the bottom. I think Catherine from So Much Sewing over in New Zealand has made a stunning version of her cashmerette rose clear dress, but really love that little puff sleeve and can highly recommend it. The fit on the cashmerette patterns is just incredible. And I've got the, I think it's the 12 to 32 range coming on their way as well, because I sold out of that size range. It just goes to show that you guys are loving those increased size range of patterns, paper patterns, because it is really nice to be able to purchase patterns already made up in those size ranges instead of having to do PDFs or A0s. So really happy with the rose clear. Love how swishy and beautiful and vibrant that is as well, that fabric. So really, really wrapped with that. So we're on to Christmas. We're on to Christmas sewing. I'm going to have my Vlogmas episodes coming out with lots of Christmas inspiration, lots of sewing inspiration. So I really hope you can tune in and watch that with me. I will try and get them out maybe every second day, maybe daily. We'll see how we go. And don't forget to stop by and check out the new fabrics that I have in the online store, and I'll have a vlog coming out for that. Another thing I need to tell you guys is I have some really exciting new fabric coming from Fabric Godmother that will hopefully be here by the end of the week, and that is a really pretty Christmassy celestial print. I'll put some pics up so I can let you know how beautiful that is. That would be just such a gorgeous celebratory kind of fabric coming in, and I'll be restocking a couple of other ones that have sold out very well as well. So we'll get onto that in the next episode. But don't forget, the Sew Wraps Challenge will be announced. The winner will be announced on the 30th. Aussies everywhere, and I can't wait to show you guys the amazing entries that we had for that as well. So take care, everyone. Have a beautiful sewing week, and we'll see you all shortly. Bye for now.